Do you know what methods ancient people used to complete 6 giant engineering projects that challenge even modern technology? Why was the granite cut with primitive tools by ancient people fitted so perfectly that even a blade could not slip through? History textbooks say they only used copper chisels and hemp ropes. But these hundreds of ton megalithic structures cannot even be replicated with modern diamond drills. Even more strangely, Indonesia, Egypt, and Japan, separated by vast distances, seem to have used the same techniques. Today I'll take you deep into -1 astonishing ancient sites on Earth, each hiding extraordinary ancient wisdom. After watching, you'll definitely be amazed that our ancestors were far more creative than we imagine. First stop, the ancient Gunung Padang site on Java Island, Indonesia. A sacred mountain worshipped by Indonesians for centuries, Gunung Padang hides a mysterious secret. Locals treated it as a holy mountain until 2010, when geologists studying earthquakes used radar and discovered a massive structure underground. Some estimates suggest the structure could be 20,000 years old. Keep in mind that 20,000 years ago was still the Ice Age, about 15,000 years before the Egyptian pyramids were built. Mainstream science believes humans at that time were mainly hunter-gatherers, making such a massive project hard to imagine. That's why some speculate it could be the ruins of Atlantis, while others claim aliens built it, though neither theory has been proven. Archaeologists believe those neatly shaped stones were formed when volcanic lava cooled and naturally cracked into hexagonal basalt columns, a masterpiece of nature. Yet ancient people managed to drag these hundreds of ton stone columns onto hillsides and stack them into terraces through centuries of tribal effort. That is the true wisdom of the ancients. They understood how to harness nature's power to accomplish great things. Second stop, India, where a 9-story temple was carved from a single rock. While others built upward, the Indians did the exact opposite. They carved an entire temple downward from a single rock. This is the Kailasa Temple, 9 stories tall with a grand hall. Its pillars, elephant sculptures, and carvings were all cut directly from the bedrock. Not a single brick was used to build this temple. The craftsmen removed 200,000 tons of volcanic rock. If loaded onto trains, the stone would stretch for 40 kilometers. Most astonishingly, inscriptions state that the main structure took only 18 years to complete. That means carving about 30 tons of stone every day, without a single day off. How could chisels and hammers alone achieve that? As a result, many theories have appeared online. Some claim ancient India possessed lost high technology and used lasers to cut stone, and machines to transport giant blocks. But scientists found that the truth was a remarkably clever traditional method. They drilled holes into the rock using steel wedges. They inserted dry wood chips and then poured water on them. As the wood expanded, it split the rock apart. No lifting was needed, only vertical excavation. The waste rock simply fell away, while thousands of craftsmen worked in shifts, 24 hours a day. No alien technology, just real determination and skill. Third stop, Japan's Yonaguni Underwater Monument, natural or man-made. In 1986, Japanese diving instructor Kihachiro Oritake went searching for diving spots and discovered a giant stone structure beneath the sea. With steps, platforms, and perfectly straight angles, it looked like an ancient fortress. This is the Yonaguni Underwater Monument, 150 meters long, 40 meters wide, and enormous in scale. The key point is that this place has been underwater for only about 10,000 years. It was dry land when sea levels were lower during the Ice Age. If it is man-made, then it would be 5,000 years older than the pyramids. Many people immediately called it Japan's Atlantis. Some say it is the remnant of a legendary lost continent, while others claim the holes in the rocks were used to hold pillars. One rock even resembles a giant turtle head, and another looks like a human face gazing southward. Surely it must have been carved by humans, but geologists offer a different explanation. The rocks here are sandstone and mudstone. After thousands of years of ocean currents and tectonic activity, naturally formed right angles and steps appeared, meaning it may not be man-made at all. However, there is one detail that even skeptics cannot easily dismiss. Perhaps the basic structure was formed naturally, but when sea levels were lower 10,000 years ago, ancient people may have discovered the site and modified it. They could have used the natural platforms as quarries and the passages as shelters. Simply put, it may be a wonder created jointly by nature and humanity. Fourth stop, a Turkish farmer digging a basement unexpectedly uncovered an 18-level underground city. Who would have thought that building a basement could open the gates to an underground world? In 1963, a farmer in Cappadocia, Turkey, was demolishing an old basement wall when he discovered a pitch-black tunnel. It seemed endless. When archaeologists arrived to excavate, they were stunned by the scale. This was no small cave. It was an 18-level underground metropolis. This underground city, called Derinkuyu, could accommodate 20,000 people, with dedicated space even for livestock. Schools, churches, wine cellars, oil presses, and sheep pens were all included. Its deepest point lies 85 meters below ground and features an ingenious ventilation system. Fresh air was drawn from the surface, allowing normal life underground. Internet users immediately began speculating. Could this have been an ancient shelter against nuclear war or an ice age? Or even protection from an alien invasion? Look at the narrow corridors that allow only one person to pass at a time. And the 1-ton stone doors that can only be sealed from the inside. What terrifying threat were they trying to keep out? The real answer is quite practical, yet still astonishing. This region has been a battlefield for thousands of years. First the Romans attacked, then the Arabs invaded. Later came the Mongol cavalry. The locals took advantage of the area's volcanic tuff, which is soft underground and easy to carve. Once exposed to air, it hardens like concrete, making it perfect for shelters. Whenever enemies approached, the entire population would retreat underground and seal the entrances with huge stones. The invaders wandered around on the surface, never realizing that 20,000 people were hidden beneath their feet, living normal lives. This wasn't an alien base, it was a survival fortress built through human ingenuity, when people were pushed to their limits. Fifth stop, the King City of the Pacific. On Pohnpei Island in the Pacific, locals follow a strict rule. Never approach the ruins of Nan Madol after sunset. This place is known as the City of Kings. By day, it is the world's only ancient city built on water. 92 artificial islands are connected by canals, earning it the nickname Venice of the Pacific. But there is no romance here, only an overwhelming sense of power. The 8-meter-high walls are built from basalt blocks weighing between 5 and 50 tons. Their total weight is 750,000 tons, roughly equal to the Great Pyramid of Khufu. What's even more unbelievable is that there were only 25,000 people on the island at the time. With no metal tools, no wheels, and no cranes, how did they move? Hundreds of ton stone columns from the quarry into the water and stack them so precisely. Local legends say the city was built by 2 wizard brothers from another world. They could control gravity. With a wave of their magical tools, the stone columns floated into place. Some also claim the site has unusual magnetic fields, causing compasses to fail and electronic devices to malfunction. The stone pillars are said to be alien energy antennas that bring bad luck to anyone who touches them. But some people refuse to believe the legends. In 1907, the German governor, who ruled the area, insisted on opening a tomb in the center of the ancient city. Inside, he reportedly found giant skeletons larger than ordinary humans. But the next day, the governor suddenly died, and doctors could find no cause. Locals simply said he had disturbed the peace of the kings and paid the price. Scientists later revealed that the ancients did not transport the stones over land. Instead, they suspended the stone columns beneath bamboo rafts and used the buoyancy of water. To build the walls, they used ramps and wooden levers, lifting the stones little by little. But the purpose of the site is even more disturbing. It was a golden cage. The ruler at the time forced tribal chiefs and their families to live on the island. There was no fresh water and no farmland, so all food and supplies came from the ruler. Anyone who rebelled could simply have their food and water cut off. This wasn't really an ancient city. It was more like one of humanity's earliest elite detention centers. Sixth stop, the 100-ton empty stone sarcophagi in Egypt's underground labyrinth. Even modern technology struggles to replicate them. When people think of Egypt's mysteries, they usually think of the pyramids, but the underground Serapeum labyrinth is what truly challenges our understanding. In 1850, a French archaeologist in the desert discovered a sphinx head buried beneath the sand. Following the excavation, he uncovered an underground passage ending at a doorway sealed by massive stones. After blasting it open with explosives, they found a rock corridor stretching for hundreds of meters. Along both sides stood 24 giant stone sarcophagi arranged in neat rows. These sarcophagi were all made of granite, measuring 4 meters long and 3 meters high. Each weighed between 70 and 100 tons, while the lids alone weighed 30 tons. Most astonishing of all, the dust on the floor remained undisturbed. Only the footprints of workers from 3,000 years ago remained. This suggested that no tomb robbers had ever entered the site. Archaeologists were thrilled, believing they had found gilded sacred bull mummies. But after enormous effort to remove the lids, they found nothing inside. No bones, no gold. Not even dust, only smooth stone walls. Even more remarkable was the craftsmanship of the sarcophagi. The interior corners formed perfect 90-degree angles. The surface flatness varied by no more than the width of a human hair. Not even light could pass through the seams. Ancient people had no lasers and no precision instruments. Craftsmen had to squeeze inside the narrow sarcophagi, using oil lamps for light. They polished the hardest granite, where even the slightest mistake could ruin everything. How did the ancients accomplish this? Some say the sarcophagi were giant batteries. The quartz inside the granite could generate electricity under pressure. Others claim they were teleportation devices. and whatever was inside had long since been transported away. But Egyptologists offer a more reasonable explanation. These sarcophagi may have been built by an even older advanced civilization. Later generations discovered them and tried to turn them into tombs. They roughly carved some hieroglyphs onto them, but never got the chance to place any bodies inside. Even today, no one can explain how, within those narrow tunnels, ancient people moved 100-ton stone coffins inside, positioned them precisely into alcoves, and placed 30-ton lids on top. Even with modern cranes, it would be difficult to replicate. That's why the Egyptian sarcophagi remain an unsolved mystery. After seeing these 6 sites, have you noticed that we often think of ancient people as primitive, yet forget that they possessed patience and perseverance that many of us lack? Without advanced technology, they harness nature's power and collective wisdom to accomplish feats that still challenge modern engineers. Perhaps it's not that we lost prehistoric technology, but that we forgot humanity's own ability to create miracles. Which of these 6 mysterious places impressed you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Next time, I'll show you more mind-blowing historical mysteries and little-known facts.